I'm back, tea in hand. Okay, well, hello everyone and welcome to episode 2. Please tell me a little more about the ship. Because I think I asked about gaming is... Oh, how is the comlink on the ship game? Yeah, I'm not going to ask that. I read up on the specs of the ship, but the profile suggested that this version might be different. I noticed that your ship's profile was different than a standard Harbour class command and control ship. You've got a very sharp eye. Yes, this ship was modified in depot. Really? But not for the better. Oh? That all depends. Our crew complement has been reduced. Yeah, complement has been reduced due to the removal of the self-defense weaponry. Wait, we have no defensive lasers or cannons? What? Why you take away my lasers and cannons? So what are we? Are we a recon ship? Well, then again, I'm sure that recon ships do have guns. Correct. So we have no weapons officer or loader. Also, our impulse drive is a KDS E591 instead of the standard E598. I have no idea if that's bad or good. Oh wait, then again, higher number, so I suppose it is bad. Downgrade. As much as I want to bluff understanding that one, lying won't help me here. Oh, she doesn't understand. And what impact does that have on us, man? A larger engineering bay and larger fuel consumption. So our med bay is also removed, but the doctor works out of the secondary research bay instead. Try not to get sick. He is a lecherous demon who has no ethics or Hippocratic oath. He's a non-human, isn't he? An Afric, but that doesn't make him any less of a vile monster. I'll keep that in mind. Please do. It's only a matter of time before I catch him, and I have him court-martialed. Oh, wait. Wait, what? Should I really ask that? No. If we don't have any defense weaponry, do we have any security forces? No defense weapons to protect us from pirates? What about security when I am at a ground site? We have Zuri. What is a Zuri? Is it some sort of defense robot? How I really wish it was. I would be able to turn it off then. Lieutenant Zuri is our security officer and in charge of defensive systems on the ship. Which means she doesn't have a lot to do and seems to find time in her day to just wander around and bother everyone. She wants to help out others. That doesn't sound like a bad thing, so... It wouldn't be if she had a better attitude. What's wrong? Is she grumpy? I thought someone like that would work well with you. No, she's perky. There have been some days where I just want to tear the happy right out of her soul. Tear. Am I spelling it wrong? Oh god, I hope I'm not. Have I ever said that you remind me of a really grumpy cat? Grumpy cat. Not in years. And you haven't changed a bit. Though she may be a bit over-enthusiastic at times, Lieutenant Zuri is competent at her job and will provide you adequate security on away missions. Just don't expect her to shut up at all when she gets on her warrior rant. It'll be nice to have someone cheerful to hang out with now and then to compensate for Mr. Doom and Gloom. I'm just realistic and don't lie sugarcoat things for you. Jesus. Oh God. I'm gratefully avoiding this one. Is there anything else special about the ship I should know about? Is there anything else I should know about the ship before we set off? Besides a lack of defense weaponry and substandard parts? While that may be true, most of the crew is relatively experienced in its operations. Despite the laziness and lack of morals, the commander is correct in stating that the crew is decent at their jobs. Don't expect too much, but I do ensure the basics are enforced. Even though he is rough and derogatory, Saul has never been one to shy away from acknowledging talent. I just wish he'd use it. Yeah, he'd just use it no matter what their outside looks like. The weaponry shouldn't be an issue. I don't intend to send us into any combat zones. If pirates attack, fleeing in terror, while not heroic, is a perfectly logical course of action. Oh god, I'm gonna get these people killed, I can see it. Thanks for the briefing. The information will come in handy to maximize the Nimros's utilization. I'm glad to hear it. I hate to cut the question and answer session short, but we should continue the tour. You don't want to start your first day tomorrow with no sleep, right? I can feel the first traces of exhaustion begin to set in. This is the first time I've had to do anything remotely like work in years. It feels wonderful, though tiring. Maybe having me mumble through the briefing tomorrow might make it a little more interesting. No doubt. By your leave, ma'am. Rest well, Major Esdeath. I'm still calling her that. We expect much from you. Dismissed. Although she isn't the sadist, and you know, but still. Let's go drop off your medical records with the perv and grab a bite to eat. Oh, God. That sounds delightful. I'm famished. If Kylie finished stocking everything, we might be able to make a decent meal from the synthesizers. No cook? No cook. We have some limited cooking facilities, but alas, no cook. I don't think I'd want to eat any more dog food anyway. Wait, what? Lupid food? Same thing, trust me. Wolfie can't cook well. You can try eating it, but you'd rather have the synth stuff? Yeah, synthetic. Because she's a lupid or because she can't cook? Can't it be both? I'm not saying all food the mutants cook is bad, but lupid stuff is just bland and mushy. Try it if you want, you'll see. I can make a decent meal though. I'll make you something nice sometime. I'll have to compare them. Then we'll have to have a contest to prove it. Not tonight. You promise? I promise. Let's get going. The clang of metal instead of the mush of dirt is welcoming. Never again will I have to check my hair for spiders after a radar array check. Jesus, tongue twisters. Everything is so clean, so shiny. I did it. I really am back to the real Space Force again. I'm free to save the universe once more. With no guns! We're screwed! We're so screwed! I have all these lives in my hands, and when I think weaponry will help shorten the death span, we have no guns! They'll probably shoot us down before we even try to run away. Happy? Does it show? A little bit. I can't help it. I'm excited, Saul. My first real post. My first real mission. I'm finally out of that mud ball. What is our first mission? I haven't checked. My orders were just to report here and then receive my follow-on orders over the secured network. It sounds like they're trying to make it difficult for your first briefing. You're telling me? I have faith in you. Show them how to give a proper intelligence briefing. Oh, we're screwed. We are so screwed. Oh, no. Thanks, all. I know I can't see the orders, but let me know if there's anything I can do to help. Everything. I'm glad he reminded me before I asked him for help. Ceto orders are restricted to Ceto eyes only. My first briefing can only be written by me. That is the unfortunate truth of my profession. No matter how much I wish I could depend on Saul or my crew, I am not a part of it. I am just an attached member. The thought is sobering, bleeding the joy out of my mood. It's lonely, and yet it's lonely at the top. Does my lab have a secure line? I'd rather not have to deal with the couriers. Only the finest for you. It doesn't seem like this ship has a lot of the finer things. It doesn't, but you learn to make do with the things you are given. I'm sure you'll find ways to adapt quickly. Of course. But of course! This ship is a stepping stone. I must keep telling myself that. We stop in front of a door in the aft section of the ship. Sol doesn't seem too pleased to be here, so I assume we have found the Orc lab? Sol knocks again. The door... knocks again? Again? Really? Sol knocks against the door 3 times without a single response. Finally, he resorts to loud bangs before we get a response. Stan! Of course it is! Stan! Golden! Stanny boy? His name isn't Stan. You won't get it. He will get it. Whoever it is, you know that ours. Doc is not in. Should I do a Mayuri Kurodsuchi voice? I'm sorry if it annoys you. Let me just see what he looks like. A ship doctor is available at all hours of the day. Not according to your beloved regulations. Come back tomorrow, but make sure you book an appointment first. Oh god, I like him already. Ugh. I'm sorry, Natalie, but I'm going to have to resort to some more desperate measures. Why are you apologizing? What are you planning? I wouldn't bother you, Colonel, but our new Sito just arrived and she really needs to turn in her medical records to you. She was very insistent to meet with you right now. She? Well, give me a moment. I might be able to break regulations just this once. Just this once. My butt. What? Just this once, my butt. What? I don't want to know. I do not want to know. Keep it to yourself, buddy. From behind the sliding door, I can hear a mild commotion as whoever this colonel is prepares for our first visit. What? You're pretty disrespectful to a superior officer. That thing is not my superior in any way. Oh, good lord. He's a womanizer, you can just tell from the way he looks. Should I I don't know. Sure, why not? I'll give my attempt at my eerie voice. The door slides open and a dashing Afric with sharp eyes and dull purple hair that falls to his shoulders steps out. He looks me over with a kind, warm smile. Nothing like the predator I was expecting from Sol's description. Right, okay, he's probably picturing himself undressing you right now. He looks like a demon of yore, but his demeanor doesn't feel satanic. Still, there's something odd radiating from him. Power and confidence, yes, but something feels off. Deep in my gut, a small shiver of ice is forming. Oh, no. I don't know. I feel slightly embarrassed doing the voice now, especially for this description. Oh, sod it. Take what you can, take what you need. My, no. My, our humble ship has been blessed with a radiant beauty. My name is Stan Nelson, ship doctor. Natalie Esdeff, it is a pleasure to meet you. Oh, good lord, no, this is gonna get worse. No, my dear, the pleasure is all mine. I was told that I would need to drop off my medical records because of some Privacy Act. Jesus, my eyes. That's correct. Smart and beautiful. We are truly blessed this day. Why don't you come in? I also... Oh god. I also double as the resident counselor and would love a chance to get to know you. I don't think so. If she needs to confide in someone, she has friends. An understanding perspective is oft needed to truly cope. In the depths of space, my skills will guide any potential lost souls to salvation. Jesus. Into your bed is more like it. My actions are bound by my Hippocratic oath. What about yours? What do you mean? I'm a doctor and have an oath to never get involved with my patients. They can feel safe with me. Do you have any such restraint? Other than being a trusted friend who wants to protect her from a pervert. Oh god, what's that say? Malinge? Hold on. I'm gonna check Google! Be right back. You malign me, Major. You both know I'm standing right here and understand this conversation, right? Natalie! I think I can handle myself. There's my medical records, Doctor. I look forward to working with you on the strictly professional basis you mentioned. Precisely, my lovely Major, precisely. If you ever need any help or someone to talk to without repercussions, I'm always here. I think I got the voice spot on, if I do say so myself. Thank you. Natalie, wait. I'm not slowing down. I know soul means well, but it isn't like I need some guardian angel protecting me from all the bad non-humans. What? Then again, yeah. No, yeah. That icy feeling in my gut is warning me to be careful around Stan. Even though he is handsome and charming, I'm not a thing that they can use in their pursuits. I'm the Ceto in charge of this mission, and everyone, including Sol, will respect that. I'm sorry, well, you had her best interests at heart. I mean, I understand that, but I don't think she does. My anger slowly fades out as I slow my pace. Even if I had some idea where I was going on this ship, I think Sol got the point. You what? You can take care of yourself, I know. I just don't want to risk losing another friend to a corrupt beast. Learning some of that teamwork stuff the Vice Commander was talking about? Perhaps. And trust me, it wasn't like I was going to go inside alone for a special examination in the nude! Oh, beautiful. Although I wouldn't mind. Yep, I definitely have a thing for blondes. Also, that kind of conflicted with the blue hairs and the purple, even though, you know, it's very rare in real life, of course. But in anime, oof. He made that offer to Zuri. Do tell. And why is he not being brought up on charges for misconduct? Because she is too dense to realise that his medical reasoning was flawed and perverse. Oh, God! Oh. Stanny boy! But I know you are not. I'm sorry. I should have trusted you to not fall for his traps. To make up for it, why don't I take you to dinner? You mean the synthetic stuff out of the machines? Once again, you prove that you can see through a ruse. Will that suffice for tonight? I promise a better meal down the space lane. I'm going to hold you to that, Sol. Sol leads me to the ship's lounge and cafeteria. I'm not expecting much from it. Simp food is synth food, but anything to soothe my gurgling belly is welcomed. That not make sense to me. Welcome to the ship's lounge. It's all ranks since... Watch out! For what? In front of me, all I can see is a black boot whiz past the front of my face. It passes so close and so fast that I can feel the wind rustling across my hair. With a mighty tug, Sol grabs the back of my uniform and yanks me back. He pulls so hard that I stumble and almost slam against a wall of the hallway. A mere millisecond later, a large green tail slices through the air where my head used to be. Before I can react and determine what just about took my head from my shoulders, Sol storms forward. I get the feeling that this is Zuri. Damn it, Zuri! How many times have Commander Rizona and I ordered you not to practice your fighting garbage in the lounge? Wow, Sol, you've got pretty good reflexes. I've had to develop them because of you. Answer the question. I don't know. A couple? 27 times! Don't you have anything better to do than remember random numbers like that? I like it. I wouldn't have to if you stopped trying to kill people. Oh, hey, who is she? The superior officer you about murdered for committing the horrible crime of just entering the room. Huh? Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm Zuri. Who are you? Zuri sounds familiar. I swear I've read that name on Wattpad. So I could say Ratpad then. Yeah, I might have. Now that she's settling down, I can get a better look at the woman with such amazing speed. She's a... Oh, what were they called again? I have no idea. Do you have any remembrance of the academy? What is the proper procedure for introducing yourself to someone who outranks you? Come on, she's not in my chain of command. You don't have to be quite so uptight, right? Long ears and green hair would tell me that she is an elf. But elves don't have wings. Possibly she could be an Afric like Stan, but Africs don't have shiny scaly tails. So she's a lizard. Wrong! I don't care if we're crew dogs or not. We maintain the chain of command and respect during all phases of operations. But I'm off duty right now. What does it have to do with anything, Lieutenant? Lieutenant? Lieutenant. Oh god, I have been spelling it wrong. I think I remember reading about them in a news bit. If I recall the story correctly, they come from some sandy planet in far northern regions of the Rulian Republic. We're just normal people off duty. We're all the same. We are one and the same. Regulations don't go away just because you aren't on duty. Besides, Lieutenant, when we launch from port, we are technically away, always on duty. What? I don't mean to interrupt, but what are you? Huh? Annoying and disrespectful. She meant me... ... I'm sorry, that came out wrong. I've never met any of your species before, and I can't remember what you were called. Oh. I wonder if that's visible. Oh, it doesn't matter. Oh, they're called Dreamans. They originate from the planet Onophon. Onophon? It's Northern Rule, right? Ralton, our dear lieutenant, and her ilk are loyalists to the Empire. She's right. My home is located just north of the capital world. I even once got to visit the city of Emerald Winds there. An exasperated sigh from soul tells me that I didn't conceal my interest very well. Still, you don't meet too many people who have heard the melodies of the Emerald Winds. How did you gain entry? Only the lute players themselves ever are permitted entry into their halls. My clan elder nominated me as a lute player one year. Every year the clan sends someone, Jesus Mary Almighty, sends someone there to resonate with the Emerald Crystal and perform the Ballad of the Distant Dreams. You perform the Ballad of the Distant Dreams? Great. We're not getting rid of her now, are we? Soul must never have heard the heart-touching Ballad of the Distant Dreams. Even though I've never heard it in person, the soft melody plays in the happiest places of my memories. Melody, I'm sorry! It's a soft song of hope and loss. Well, of what once was and what shall be. No matter what Soul thinks of the player, if he could hear the song, he could be swayed by it too. I'm assuming she's humming it. That's it! Wow, you really do know it. Of course I do. It's so beautiful. I love it, but it kind of sucks. I kind of suck as a lute player, and I can't beat my wings to the right rhythm for the ballad. Aww. Oh, she's sad. Big surprise. But a warrior has to be both a master of the sword and of culture, so I practice it anyway. The elders stressed that a lot to me during my training. But a real warrior doesn't bother with such weaknesses. Did they also stress respecting your elders? Not really. Big surprise. Are you saying I should be calling you Grandpa? Oh, the comedy is glorious. I would eat my heart out with nothing more than a toothpick than claim any family relationship with you. Oh God. So reminds me of myself. Speaking of food, why don't we get some and get to know each other a little better? And you want to know the ironic thing? Blood and all that crap terrifies the hell out of me. That would be awesome. Alfonso, Kylie and I were just about to sit down and have dinner. On second thought, I'm not that hungry. Come on, Grandpa. How am I supposed to find my way to my quarters afterwards without a guide? She's with Moonfallow. Take her there afterwards, Zuri. Hey Sol, don't go. Please, I want to hang out and catch up, but I also want to get to understand everyone better. ... I solemnly swear that I won't accidentally knock you again, Major Hackett. Fine. Try to keep it reined in, all of you. I don't want to have to clean up the lounge again because someone managed to prove that they can stick spaghetti to the ceiling. I still think you did something to your noodles. It's a cooking technique, lizard brain. When the noodle gets close to being ready and the starch gets sticky, you are able to test it by seeing if it will stick to the wall. And if it doesn't, it isn't ready? Precisely. That makes sense. Why couldn't you have just said that instead of insulting me, Sol? It's Major Hackett, and I was just stating the obvious facts. You are a lizard. You have a brain, do you not? I'm not some desert lizard. I'm going to report you to the commander again. But by the time you all stop fighting, the food is going to get cold again. The goop is even nastier when it's cold. If I say I forgive you, could we just drop it? Sorry, you nearly knocked out Natalie and insulted me, but I'll let it slide this one time. Let's just hurry and eat. You're a gentleman and a scholar. Come, there is plenty to go around. Okay. I'll leave off episode 2 here. It has been a long one, so I will bid you all adieu for episode 3. Good day.